This is ABC 7 News at noon. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for joining us this afternoon. Our top story, a crash in Sarasota leaves one person dead and another in the hospital. It happened around 9 o'clock this morning at the intersection of Field Road and South Tamiami Trail. Troopers say a Ferrari was heading south on 41 while an Acura was going north. There's a yellow blinking light at that intersection, and troopers say the driver of the Acura turned into the path of the oncoming Ferrari and caused the crash. One person was killed, another was taken to Sarasota Memorial Hospital for treatment. At last check, 2 southbound lanes of 41 remain closed. Let's take a look at our roads now. Those southbound lanes still blocked. A lot of traffic on Bee Ridge and Beneva roads, slow going in areas, but I-75 is looking good at this hour. Bradenton police will be taking a closer look at some of the city's most dangerous intersections. Those are some of the places where pedestrians and bicyclists have been hit and at times even killed. Police say the 4 most dangerous intersections in Bradenton are Manatee Avenue West and 9th Street West, 9th Street West and 21st Avenue West, Manatee Avenue West, 43rd Street West, and 1st Street and 13th Avenue. In the coming weeks, police will once again have officers positioned at these intersections, educating people and at times ticketing pedestrians, bicycle riders, and drivers who break the law.
It's very dangerous, as for kids as well as adults.
So far I saw like 2 accidents, one with the bike and one was like with the car to car.
In Manatee County alone, 13 pedestrians and 2 bicyclists were killed last year, which is down slightly from the previous year. Elsewhere, at least 11 people are dead as massive wildfires sweep through parts of Northern California, destroying 1,500 homes and buildings. ABC's Danya Backus has the latest from one of the hardest hit areas in Santa Rosa.
Holy cow.
For many, there was no time.
This is insane.
Some 20,000 people forced to leave their homes and businesses.
Looked like something out of some Armageddon movie.
Explosive fires in Northern California consuming more than 90,000 acres. Nearly a dozen unstoppable wildfires are spanning 8 counties. So far, at least 1,500 residences and businesses destroyed.
It's so sad. It's so sad.
In Santa Rosa, entire neighborhoods now unrecognizable, homes burned to their foundations. Chris Pond overwhelmed with grief, sifting through the ashes of what was her home, trying to find her most valuable possession.
Oh my God, my wedding ring. I just want my wedding ring.
The wildfires are also spanning across Southern California. Massive flames there engulfing homes, charring 7,000 acres in just hours, snapping power lines, and also forcing people to flee.
When it got to a point where the flames were pretty tall, they were 40, 50, 60 feet, then we could feel the heat. That's when we decided to leave.
Smoke seen above nearby Angel Stadium and Disneyland.
Officials say they've received more than 100 phone calls to the missing persons hotline, but they're hoping many of those people just weren't able to check in with family and friends before evacuating. Danya Backus, ABC News, Santa Rosa, California.
Elsewhere, a Texas Tech student is in custody accused of killing a police officer. The campus was briefly on lockdown last night while the suspect was on the loose. 19-year-old Hollis Daniels is accused of fatally shooting the officer in the head. The incident started when officers entered his room during an inspection. Once inside, they found evidence of drugs and paraphernalia. The officers then took Daniels to the police station for a standard debriefing.
Sometime during that debriefing, the student pulled a gun and fatally wounded one of the officers.
The family of the deceased officer will be in the prayers of the entire Texas Tech community.
Daniels then took off and was on the loose for about an hour. An officer found him in a campus parking lot. Texas Governor Greg Abbott releasing a statement last night saying, "Our hearts go out to the family of the police officer killed at Texas Tech." Another student caught with a gun on a school campus over the weekend. Police say Samuel Morris roamed the halls of an Iowa State dorm extremely drunk for several minutes. When campus police arrived, he was passed out in his own vomit, and next to him was a handgun. Students are shocked there wasn't more safety procedures in place.
You have rules against having guns in the building, yet somebody was able to walk around with a gun. That's kind of scary.
Iowa State is a very safe university. I feel very comfortable here. Yeah, just a little surprised.
Morris is charged with illegally possessing a handgun and saying that he was a police officer. All right, meteorologist John Scalzi joins us now with our first alert forecast. And John, I want to get back to that California wildfire story. And you know somebody who lives out there and was witnessing what was happening firsthand.
Oh yeah, they've been evacuated and then they've come back because the wind shifted, and it's a touch and go situation for a lot of those folks who live in Sonoma and Napa Valleys and down to the south as well. But I guess if there's any good news in the forecast, it's that the northern parts of California may experience weather a little more favorable to fighting those fires over the next several days. Southern California is still under the gun though with those strong winds, but you know, hopefully things will improve a little bit for Northern California over the days ahead.
Thinking about all the rain they had that ended their drought, which created all this growth and fuel for these fires, no doubt.
Right, exactly right. And then the strong winds that are typical at this time of year, you know, just really fueling those fires. Plus you had a lot of places where they have not seen fires in a long time, and you have a lot of undergrowth and understory that is burning off now. So it's a really rough situation, and ridiculously warm temperatures as of late as well, which doesn't help. So we are looking at, for us, warm temperatures as well. That's no surprise, it seems. That's the name of the game these days. And our temperatures still running well above average for the next several days. We have across the region a lot of blue sky and some fair weather clouds. But all in all, the drier air is really limiting the rain chances for us over the next several days. Few lucky people got a few splashes of rain yesterday, but for the most part, we're looking at rain-free conditions for most of us over the next 3, 4, maybe 5 days. As far as our rain chances today go, I wouldn't put them at much more than 10% or so. We're looking at some showers over on the other coast, thanks to a general easterly wind kind of kicking up a little bit of moisture and slinging it on the coast. But as soon as they make it onshore, they just die out. The atmosphere is just too dry to support those showers transporting moisture across the entire state. 10% chance of rain, that's all I'll give it. Daytime highs near the 90 mark. The only plus side, perhaps, is that our heat indexes today will be closer to 100 than 103 or 104, which is what they've been over the last several days. So a little bit of drier air trying to work its way in. We'll have the complete forecast for you coming up in just a few, Scott.
All right, John, thank you. Sarasota County government is reminding residents that only vegetative storm debris is being picked up, not construction debris. Landfill tipping fees for storm-related vegetative debris will be waived for all Sarasota County residents until further notice. That debris must meet the normal pickup standards. It must be 4 feet or less, weigh 40 pounds or less, and it must be bagged, bundled, or tied together. Property insurance claims from Hurricane Irma continue to rise. Those claims have hit $4.6 billion in estimated losses. That's so far. As of Friday, more than 703,000 claims had been filed from the deadly storm. Of those claims filed, payments have been made on about 105,000, while nearly 70,000 had been closed without any compensation for policyholders. Claims were filed in all 67 counties, with Miami-Dade County having the largest number, just more than 87,000. If you're interested in giving back, a benefit concert for the people of Puerto Rico will be held tomorrow night. Doors will open at 7 p.m. at Payne Park Auditorium, and they're asking for a minimum donation of $10 at the door. 100% of the proceeds will go towards a relief fund. Non-perishable items are also needed to fill a plane that will fly from Sarasota Bradenton International to Puerto Rico. As of today, 84% of that island is still without power, and there are still more than 6,000 people who are living in shelters there. Governor Rick Scott is trying to make life easier for those Puerto Rican residents who are now living here in Florida. Yesterday, the governor suspending all fees required for occupational license applications for Puerto Ricans impacted by Hurricane Maria. This includes more than 50 different individual professional license types, things like barbers, realtors. By suspending these fees, residents from Puerto Rico will be able to obtain a license from the state more quickly and continue their careers here in Florida. 850 high school students from both Manatee and Sarasota counties are at a state job conference today. Each student has chosen an industry track they're interested in. They'll be paired with local experts in sessions that range from healthcare to IT or arts and culture.
We want them to be able to have an opportunity to meet with real professionals from our community, and we do that based on 6 different career tracks.
Things about how tips that I can use, colleges I can go to, and different ways to pursue my career that I want to go into.
There are more than 100 speakers, and students are able to engage with mentors via text message during this conference. And this week, dozens of University of South Florida students will get some help transitioning from the college world to the business world. The 7th annual Bulls and Biz networking event will happen tomorrow evening from 5 to 6:30. Employers from businesses from across the area will be there to talk to graduating seniors and alumni about internships or shadowing opportunities. It will be on the USF Sarasota Manatee campus on North Tamiami Trail. Still to come in your Suncoast News, if you've substituted sugar for artificial sweeteners, you may be doing your body good. And a new way for mothers to feel more comfortable during childbirth.
It's a dangerous habit. Texting and driving kills thousands each year. Join ABC7 and take the No Text Zone pledge.
Hi, I'm Michael Johnson, the new car manager at Venice Honda, encouraging you to help us keep the Suncoast safe by making the pledge to not text and drive. Save a life. Stop by Venice Honda today and make the pledge to not text and drive, and register to win a $100 gift card to Capitol Grill.
Take the pledge. Save a life. Go to mysuncoast.com for more information.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, AND services.com.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
The ABC7 First Alert Hurricane Guide. Download yours today.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, AND services.com.
Now your ABC7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Yeah, on our way to another warm day, 84 degrees already, you know, and we have a lot of sunshine out there that'll again help to boost our temperatures to a warm degree. Our dew point value, 74, is a little bit cooler than it was this morning. By cooler, I mean there's a little bit of drying going on in the atmosphere as our temperature rises. I think as we head into the afternoon, it'll feel a little more comfortable perhaps than it did 24 hours ago in terms of feels like temperature and relative humidity. Mugginess, I think, will be reduced a little bit this afternoon and over the next several days. So, you know, that's a plus. But the air temperatures themselves, 84 degrees currently today, over the next several days, those air temperatures are going to be warmer than average by, you know, 3, 4, even 5 degrees in some locations. So a warm period, but a dry period. East wind coming in at about 10 right now. 86 degrees, Wauchula 88, Arcadia 87, Mayaca, Northport at 88. Punta Gorda comes in at 88. Representative temperatures North Parish 85. Same thing in Bradenton. Sarasota 84, 88, and Venice 87 degrees in Boca Grande. Not a lot of action here on radar. It's a quiet day in terms of any kind of weather events. Won't see a whole lot of rainfall around this afternoon. And winds will be relatively tame. We'll pick up a little bit of a sea breeze today, and that will kind of keep the coastline just a little bit cooler, the immediate coastline, but not much. I mean, with water temperatures still as warm as they are, you're not going to get much cooling. Over on the other coast, a few scattered showers around thanks to that fetch of easterly wind off Atlantic waters, picking up moisture and creating these few showers that are ongoing, but they're not going to make it across the peninsula to us. You want to find the rainfall, you got to go into the areas of Kentucky, Tennessee, Arkansas, Kansas, Nebraska, Ohio Valley seeing some rain showers today and too. In fact, that'll be a bullseye location for the potential of some severe thunderstorms. The standard thunderstorms everywhere else, and really even across a lot of Florida, you're not going to see a whole lot. Potentially a few thunderstorms over on our coast as the easterly wind flow collides with the sea breeze. Otherwise, standard showers over here. This is not to suggest there won't be any rain over on the East Coast. In fact, the East Coast is a more likely location to see showers, just not thunderstorms. As we head into the next couple of days, we'll watch this low pressure area continue to advance to the east. High pressure remains the dominant weather feature for us. A cold front having drawn down some really significantly cooler air for parts of the Front Range of the Rockies and the Plain States as well. That will never make it to us, unfortunately. We're still probably another couple of weeks away from seeing a significant cold front through here to kind of shave out some of the humidity around. We continue with a northeasterly wind flow, though, that does draw down some of that drier air and reduce our rain chances for several more days. Mostly sunny skies, very low rain chances, lower humidity. Then a little area of disturbed weather out in Atlantic waters will move a little bit closer to us, this little tropical wave right here, and that will tend to increase our rain chances as we head into the weekend. And with a little additional cloud cover and the cooling rains, our daytime high temperatures will be more average. We'll be closer to what we would expect at this time of year. We have one system that we're continuing to watch, Ophelia. We'll talk about that in the next half hour. It's about 2,000 miles away from us. Again, no threat whatsoever to the United States. Northeast wind shifts west at 10 knots. Nice day for boating. Expect to see a light chop on Bay and inland waters. Several dry but warm days, followed by increasing rain chances and slightly cooler days. Back to you.
All right, John, thank you. Artificial sweeteners are used by many people who are trying to lose weight, but recent research links these sugar substitutes to health risks that might even make you gain weight. Researchers at the Cleveland Clinic say artificial sweeteners may slow metabolism and affect the brain, which may cause feelings of hunger and result in eating more. Doctors are now learning that artificial sweeteners may change bacteria in the gut, which can lead to inflammation, insulin resistance, and pre-diabetes.
It happens because artificial sweeteners are anywhere from a few hundred to 13,000 times as sweet as regular sugar, and it sends signals once it hits the tongue to the brain to make you hungry, to slow your metabolism, and to store calories.
Dr. Hyman recommends avoiding artificial sweeteners and sweetening food and drink with sugar instead. President Trump hints at an executive order on health care with a power of the pen tweet this morning. President writing he plans to take unilateral steps to reform the nation's healthcare system, hinting at signing an executive order without clarifying what that order might be. Tweeting, quote, "Since Congress can't get its act together on health care, I will be using the power of the pen to give great health care to many people fast." The president didn't offer any more details on his plans, but he has suggested in recent weeks that an executive order allowing Americans to purchase health insurance across state lines was in the works. Well, there's a new solution for getting through the pain of childbirth, and it's in the delivery rooms at some hospitals. ABC's Lauren Scott has a remedy that might be perfect for expecting moms hoping to skip medication.
2-week-old Silas barely makes a peep in his mother Genevieve Odom's arms.
He sleeps a lot, so that is good, I guess.
But this little cutie,
bless you,
wasn't quite as sweet when it came time for delivery.
Things got pretty intense because he was facing the wrong way.
Mom had planned on having an unmedicated birth, but after hours of intense labor, she was ready for the epidural. But her midwife, Jenda Stauffer, had one more suggestion: nitrous oxide, better known as laughing gas.
Nitrous oxide helps them to relax enough to get all the way through to be completely dilated.
Laughing gas in the delivery room is new to CHI hospitals. Jenda explains it's easier to set up than an epidural, allows mom to stay mobile, and may be safer than drugs.
Then that narcotic can oftentimes sedate the baby or make the baby not want to cry.
However, it might not be the right choice for every new mom.
It does not take all the pain of labor away.
But for Genevieve, it was just what she needed to help her concentrate through the pain.
It helped me kind of bring myself back down. I was so intense that I wasn't able to focus on what we were doing.
And while the concentration of the gas isn't high enough to actually make you laugh, for this new mom, there was still plenty of emotion in the room.
It was just beautiful. Sorry.
That's Lauren Scott reporting for us. All right, let's head over to our kitchen and say hello to our good friend, Chef Larry Barrett from Simply Gourmet. Larry, great to have you back in our kitchen today.
Thanks.
What are you fixing for us?
Today, it's Big Easy Spring Roll, and I'm going to show you the miracle of spring roll wrappers. I think we're going to have some fun.
Thank you, Chef.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089, 800-329-3089.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
I'm calling in regards about my mother, and I'm here, and I just want to thank you because it saved my mother's life yesterday. And I'd like to know the names of the people that came in and saved her so I could call and thank them. And she's doing fine. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you.
When you fall and cannot get up, an accident can turn into a tragedy. But with Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast. Life Alert saves a person from a catastrophe every 10 minutes.
Life Alert is a lifesaver. If it weren't for Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-652-3012. That's 1-800-652-3012. Call now, 1-800-652-3012. For a free brochure, call 1-800-652-3012.
Keep up with the Suncoast. Watch your favorite ABC7 shows on your streaming device.
General Motors is buying a small company that's developing laser light sensors for cars. Strobe Incorporated will work with GM to develop the next generation of laser sensors. GM says Strobe's technology will reduce the cost of vehicles, but didn't specify when that technology will be ready to carry passengers. The Weinstein Company will be changing its name. Harvey Weinstein, who co-founded the company, has been fired over sexual harassment allegations. A studio insider who spoke anonymously and was not authorized to talk about the matter publicly said the name change will take some time, but that it will happen eventually. Weinstein's name will also be stripped from several TV projects. U.S. high school grads have missed out on more than $2 billion in college financial aid this year alone. That's according to an estimate by the personal finance website NerdWallet. The firm says many college freshmen simply did not fill out applications for federal student aid or FAFSA. FAFSA applications for next school year are already open here in Florida, and students have until December 15th to apply online. Another bike-sharing business is headed to D.C. The company, called OFO, calls itself the world's first and largest station-free bike-sharing company. Like the other dockless bike systems, users download the OFO app to find nearby bikes, scan a code on the bike's frame or smart lock, and then lock it up someplace suitable when done. Riders will pay $1 for each hour ridden, which is about half the cost for competing bike companies in the area. Oreo is offering a sweet prize for a lucky guess. Anyone who can figure out Oreo's limited edition mystery flavor could be eligible for a chance to win $50,000. Those who guess the correct flavor through November 30th will be considered for the grand prize. 5 $10,000 prizes are also being offered, but you're only allowed one guess each day during the sweepstakes period. You can visit OreoMystery.com for more details. Let's get back over to the kitchen. John is with our friend today, Chef Larry Barrett from Simply Gourmet, with some spring rolls.
Indeed. Have you had a mystery cookie?
No, I haven't.
I haven't either.
I don't like the mystery.
No, I know. It's too confusing. Well, there's no mystery in what you're doing today. It's a spring roll, but with a twist.
With a twist. A New Orleans-style spring roll.
Ah,
I've
nothing wrong
taken
with
some
that.
andouille sausage, double smoked, hot smoked to cook it, cold smoked to give it so much beautiful smoky flavor. Saute a little onions, a little pepper, a little breadcrumb, some garlic. But the thing about spring rolls is, I'm just going to keep working here as we chat.
Yes, go ahead.
And we put a little bit of this filling right in the middle, and then, and this is with every spring roll you make. Everybody knows the Asian spring roll, but you could also do beautiful spring rolls with some sauteed apples. Put them in the middle, roll them up after you've cooked them just a drop, right? And then serve that with some ice cream. You got cold, you got hot, you got crispy, you got smooth.
Everything
Life
you
is
need.
beautiful.
Yeah.
And look, you just roll them up.
Now these wrappers, are these right out of the grocery store?
Right out of the grocery store.
And these are what, wonton wrappers?
No,
or what?
these are what they call spring roll wrappers.
Oh, they are?
An egg roll wrapper be about 3 times as thick and more of a Chinese product.
Okay.
These more like a Japanese type product or Thai product. And just really simple, just like 1 tablespoon, a little bit of egg around the sides.
And
Once again, you tuck it in, you make it elongated a little bit like that, and then flip them over. And then just roll them up.
And you're good to go. Now go over again what's in the ingredients there. I know you have the sausage.
Right,
Now,
it's
and
online.
that's raw sausage, right?
That's now this is sausage. You could eat it. It's just like a hot dog. You could eat a raw hot dog. They're cooked.
You could eat a raw hot dog.
You take them. They take it. They hot smoke it so it's cooked through.
Oh, okay.
And then they cold smoke
I
it
see.
for more flavor.
Okay.
Then just saute some onion, some peppers, some garlic. Mix it all together. A little breadcrumb. Let me flip these around a little bit.
Okay.
And
I apologize
really
for our
nice.
stove. I know in your shop you have a nice deep fryer. And
Yeah, we're
things
going to turn
on
this
there.
little puppy up here.
Yeah, as best as we can on this stove.
That's it. It's all right. It's all
Yeah,
good.
As best as we can do.
I'm going to make a sauce here too.
Well, what's with the fruit there? And
Now-
the radishes.
Oh,
and things? What's going
garnishes,
on? Oh, I see.
garnishes.
Okay,
But look,
gotcha.
here's some mayonnaise. We'll have
right.
a little dipping sauce with it, but something
Nice.
a little bit out of the ordinary.
Okay.
A nice mayonnaise. I've taken a can and just maybe about a 1/4 cup of roasted red peppers with garlic, 1 clove of garlic. We'll add it right into the mayonnaise. A couple of hits of Tabasco, just not enough to make it hot, just enough to fill it out a little bit. You know what I mean? And then we mix it up, and voila! We have a really beautiful, simple sauce.
Well, that's simple
Yeah, you
enough,
could
yeah.
add lemon to a sauce like that, some garlic, some dill, and serve that with some salmon as
Oh,
well.
it's very aromatic, as you
Yes.
say. I guess
and
that's the Tabasco
Then we'll
sauce, right?
take this. Oh, yes, sir. And then we'll take some of this, and we'll put it on the plate like this, and we'll give it a little, like a nice little thing. This is the most happening thing now in decorating plates.
Oh, the little.
The little.
Is that the technical name?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. I think we'll invent it and we'll call it that. Because
Okay.
I like it.
Yeah, I
and then
like
we'll
it
just
too.
give these a flip.
You know, with the holiday seasons coming upon us, everybody is looking for a nice little
Oh,
kind of
God.
hors
And these
d'oeuvre or
couldn't
what-
be simpler. And you know what? Every civilization has one. The Jews have their blintzes. And funny enough, I use these to make blintzes.
Oh,
and
really?
Just mashed potato, a little browned onion inside. And life is beautiful, you know, really nice. So these we can just take, let's say we'll take these 2 because they seem to be on the more done side.
Okay.
And we just sort of give them a
Isn't
dry.
that hot?
It is-
Holy cow, how do you
It
do
is
that?
a little hot, but
you
you
have
know what?
kitchen fingers, don't you?
Asbestos hands.
That's right.
This is what happens over the years. And then we can just do some nice garnish, which is always fun.
You got a little kiwi there?
Yeah, a little kiwi, something red. I always like something red, something green.
Okay.
Seems to be the most
holiday
important.
season, I suppose?
Yeah, more of a technique, this whole deal, too. You know, when you think of it also, mushu pancakes, that's also really popular in Chinese food as well.
Right.
Manigots for Italians. It's all good. It's all good.
Well, the recipe for this, we want to point out to everybody, is on our website, mysuncoast.com. Go on there, click on the dining button, and it'll take you right there to Chef Larry Barrett's video instructions.
Oh, yes, the instructions.
Where you can get all of the details.
Oh, look at
Isn't
that.
that nice? That's very pretty, Larry.
Well,
really
thank you
very
very
pretty.
much. Thank you
That
very
looks
much.
lovely.
We'll see how it tastes in a minute.
I can't wait. Thank you, sir. Always a pleasure.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to mesobook.com.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get Debt-Free Now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-685-6422, 800-685-6422.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Live from our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is ABC 7 News at noon. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. More than a week after the deadliest mass shooting in U.S. history, investigators have scrambled the timeline, now saying the hero security guard was shot before anyone else. ABC's Maggie Rulli has the latest on the investigation.
A new timeline of events reveals that Mandalay Bay security guard Jesus Campos was the Vegas shooter's first victim.
Mr. Campos was encountered by the suspect prior to his shooting to the outside world.
Hailed as a hero for days, investigators initially said Campos came to gunman Stephen Paddock's hotel room while he was still firing on the innocent concertgoers. Then he alerted police after being wounded himself in a hail of 200 bullets.
I can tell you, there's not a doubt in my mind
that he stopped that suspect from continuing to fire.
Now investigators are saying Campos was shot and wounded a full 6 minutes before the killer started raining gunfire on the unsuspecting crowd. With the timeline completely changed, new questions need answers. How quickly did the guard notify hotel security? And was there an opportunity for armed security personnel or police to confront Stephen Paddock before he started shooting?
Why didn't someone get to him in that 8 to 9 minute window before he actually started shooting after the guard was hit?
The FBI and Las Vegas police have sorted through more than 1,000 leads and examined Stephen Paddock's politics, finances, any possible terrorist radicalization, and his social behavior. And they still don't know what led the 64-year-old gambler to go on a murderous shooting spree.
Over 200 instances of the suspects traveling throughout Las Vegas, and he has never been seen with anyone else.
A week later, and investigators are no closer to finding a motive. At this point, all they can say is that a severe mental illness may have been a primary catalyst. Maggie Rulli, ABC News, New York.
Dozens gathered in Orlando yesterday to plan the memorial honoring the victims of last year's mass shooting at the city's Pulse nightclub. The panelists were experts on memorials, including the Oklahoma City bombing memorial and the World Trade Center memorial. They were there to give advice on what a Pulse nightclub memorial should include.
You're hearing it from people who have done this, have walked the journey, have helped others, have helped us.
We want to make sure that we're doing it right, and we want to make sure that we're doing it justice.
The next town hall is expected to take place early next year. Meanwhile, the Orlando City Council granted a temporary permit request to add a new fence and other upgrades around the Pulse nightclub. NASA astronauts are spacewalking again, this time to grease a robot arm's new hand. This is the second time in less than a week that astronauts have spacewalked. Last week, they repaired the robot's arm that broke in August, and today they're adding some oil. They're also expected to go on a third spacewalk next week to finish that job. What a view they must have.
A little 10W30 up there.
I
huh?
guess, something special, I'm sure.
Topping up the oil pan there. That's funny. Yeah, and tomorrow, you know, we have a launch over at the Kennedy Space Center too.
Oh, okay.
And it's at 6:35 in the evening and 6:53 in the evening, and it looks like it's beautiful weather for it. So
we might be able to see it here.
Hopefully,
yeah,
be kind of nice. From time to time, you do. I guess it depends on the trajectory of the launch. I'm not that familiar with their trajectory for this particular launch, but I'll be looking off to the northeast and hopefully east-northeast and hopefully be able to see it. Right. It should be nice.
Good.
Yeah, it's a big Falcon 9 rocket, so you know, maybe we'll see something. Not as big as an Atlas rocket, but still a chance. Lakewood Ranch webcam, which this is about the view you would take actually to look out and see that launch, and occurring tomorrow evening, 6:53. A little bit of fair weather cloudiness to start the day off today, and not much in the way of a rainfall chance, but you know, maybe 10%. That's about it. Isolated shower or so. Right now, satellite view shows those clouds kind of moving in from time to time, kind of riding on an easterly wind flow. Nothing really heavy, or certainly nothing really widespread. Nothing to block out the sun from taking us to a daytime high temperature of about 90 degrees. You can see a few scattered showers over on the other coast, but locally nothing is really triggered off yet. It'll probably be later in the day when we'll see those showers begin to build. The few that do build, 90% of us will not see anything, but maybe it'll be an isolated shower around. I think over the next several days we'll stay relatively dry and stay relatively warm, and then things change with time. As far as the tropics go, well, it's still active out there. We'll talk about that coming up in just a few. Scott?
All right, John, thank you. Authorities say a Florida man called his wife at work to tell her he'd killed their 17-month-old daughter and then turned himself in. Lake County deputies found the toddler dead in the bathtub yesterday. 38-year-old Jeremy Main is now charged with first-degree murder. Investigators have not released any details about the child's death or a possible motive. A new law could mean jail time for parents of kids caught bullying. A town near Buffalo, New York is making this a reality. If a child is caught bullying or attacking another student, their parent will pay the fine or do the time. The North Tonawanda Common Council passing the ordinance last week. The parent could spend up to 15 days in jail, pay $250 or both, and get this, parents are supporting it.
We didn't feel like maybe anything was being done, and then all of a sudden I heard about this ordinance going through, so it was shocking and welcome.
We want the message out there that we're serious about this. We don't want anyone to be afraid to be in our city or to walk the streets or go to school.
Mayor Art Pappas says the city is not trying to focus on punishment, but more so on prevention, and he says it is geared towards repeat offenders. Twitter is stopping a Tennessee Senate candidate from advertising her campaign announcement video, deeming part of it inflammatory. Congresswoman Marsha Blackburn is running to fill the seat of a retiring senator. In her promotional video, she says, quote, "I fought Planned Parenthood and we stopped the sale of baby body parts, thank God." The unproven allegations against Planned Parenthood never led to criminal charges, and the group denies any wrongdoing. According to Politico, Twitter deemed the comment a violation of its ad policies. It's still posted, but Blackburn's campaign is not allowed to pay to advertise it. Marine life experts are caring for a bottlenose dolphin that was found stranded on a Florida beach. 2 beachgoers found that dolphin near Panama City Beach over the weekend. They reported it to the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission. It was quickly taken to Gulf Marine Park, and according to officials there, the dolphin is now swimming on its own. It's on 24-hour care, and vets are still trying to find out what caused it to strand. The fascinating history of the Suncoast makes it a great place to call home. ABC 7's Linda Carson has more on those that may have never left.
Spirit voices that have been silent 100 years or so rise up and tell their stories of life in Manatee County in the late 1800s and early 1900s.
It was a very hard community to live in, but the people who lived here, they were very resourceful and they really worked hard to make a living.
Our tale starts at the Stevens home.
Will Stevens, he was a farmer, but he was also a tooth puller. So he would have people come and he kind of operated as a dentist out of the house.
The play Spirit Voices starts with the death of Stevens' young daughter.
It starts out with the funeral of Delia Stevens, who died in 1913, I believe, from appendicitis. They diagnosed it, shipped her to a hospital by train.
We gather at her funeral in the church that had its own tragic beginning in 1887.
In the fall of 1887, there was a yellow fever outbreak here, and the pastor who was sort of in charge and was the mastermind behind building this sanctuary, he was one of the first people in the area to get sick. And so they had to halt construction because there were so many people ill in the village.
From the funeral for the child, we go to the cemetery where the spirits step from behind the tombstones and tell their life stories.
This cemetery is the final resting place for many of Manatee County's early settlers.
The cemetery was started in 1850, and it was the first organized burying ground here in Manatee County.
Some pretty interesting characters reside here.
We have Captain Bunce, who is not sure whether he was a pirate or a fisherman.
You will see Farabah Jane Von Cooper, whose father was a Revolutionary War soldier, and here tales about his experience with the war and tales about her experience here in Manatee County.
And many more spirit voices will speak out, spirits whose legacy is with us still.
We've learned so much from them and how they've learned to combat the heat and the mosquitoes and how their resilience helped develop this community that we call home. Things would be very different for us today if it weren't for them.
Spirit Voices starts here in the old 1887 Methodist Church. It's on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, this weekend and next. This is the last year for it. It will tell you a story you will never forget. Linda Carson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Linda, thank you so much. Still to come in your Suncoast News, there's been a nationwide protest against Confederate General Robert E. Lee, and now one high school putting its money where its mouth is.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to?
Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
When severe weather strikes, trust ABC 7 First Alert Weather. We're here for you.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Looking at an air temperature of 84 degrees. Again, a warm afternoon with a dew point value of 74, making it feel kind of humid out there. East wind at about 10. That easterly wind is a drying wind for us and a warm wind as well. But it'll also start switching around a little bit more to the northeast. And as it switches to the northeast, I think it'll even dry us out further, and our dew point value will drop even more than it has already this morning. 74 degrees, the current dew point value. Started out the morning at about 76 or so. We have across the region right now not much in the way of any kind of rainfall. A few scattered showers around Lake Okeechobee, also over on the other coast where an east wind is picking up the moisture and creating a few scattered showers, but those kind of die out very quickly as they move onshore. Not much of a chance of them making it all the way across. As we sometimes see at this time of year with a strong easterly wind, you can sometimes see those showers move all the way across. There's still plenty of moisture in the atmosphere usually. There isn't now, though. It's dried out nicely and unusually so. We have a lot of rain showers still in progress through the Ohio Valley, stretching down into the deep south and around coastal Texas. That's all part of a cold front and a low pressure area kind of spinning up, producing a risk of some severe weather in parts of the open plains today. If you're traveling, really anywhere from Kansas City all the way back through Cincinnati up to Chicago, even down south toward Atlanta, there may be some airport delays because of some rain showers or thunderstorms in progress, particularly in areas around Cincinnati back to Kansas City. This area of low pressure advances, drags a cold front southward, but really doesn't drag much in the way of cold air into our neck of the woods. We're still left with this high pressure ridge providing us with this northeasterly wind flow, kind of a drying wind currently and over the next couple of days as well. Mostly sunny skies, very low rain chances, and lower relative humidity, a little bit lower relative humidity at least over the next several days. You'll probably notice that in terms of the feels like temperature, the amount of mugginess in the air slightly reduced. So here we are in Florida, and far away from us, about 2,000 miles away, still active this hurricane season, is Ophelia. Ophelia is still a tropical storm. It has not increased in intensity yet, but it is still forecast by computer models to develop, moving to the southeast now at about 5, bypassing all major island chains and land masses. It is forecast to develop into a Category 1 storm, being the 10th hurricane of the season if it does that. And then as we head into next week, it'll take it on a forecast track that may take a slug of moisture and send it on toward Portugal or Spain. Anyway, producing kind of stormy conditions and some inclement rainfall for that location, but nothing that's really a serious windstorm. So if you're planning a trip to Spain middle of next week, you might want to pack your umbrella. Otherwise, northeast winds today shifting to the west at about 10 knots. We'll look for 2 to 3 foot seas and a light chop on bay and inland waters. And the first alert weather forecast calling for about a 10% chance of showers today. Warm for the next several days, really above average. 86 would be about our average temperature, and we probably won't see that until the weekend when we cloud up just a little bit and increase our rain chances some. Back to you.
John, thank you. Robert E. Lee High School in Texas has a new name, sort of. The school board voting to change the name to Legacy of Educational Excellence High School, or Lee High School. The new name is still controversial after the board unanimously decided to get rid of the Confederate general's name in August. Some are saying the acronym is a cop-out, and some students are getting emotional about it.
Does it really save us that much money along the line, or is it really just something where we're keeping the name of Lee, you know, in some way to appease some people?
They're spending their money on the wrong things, and they think it's the alumni. It's the students now. It's the students now that don't want this name to change.
Another controversial name in history was protested yesterday. Christopher Columbus. Statues of the explorer have been defaced around the country. In Connecticut, protesters gathered around the unveiling of that new statue that is replacing an old one that had red paint splattered on it over the weekend. In opposition, those who are saying they want to be on the right side of history, but the protests were peaceful.
I'm a grandmother. I don't want my grandchildren learning lies. I want them to know the truth, and we really do support the truth.
No, it didn't really bother me because I was actually sitting inside next to one of the people who was against it a little bit, but she was willing to hear everything that was being said.
The national movement calls for replacing Columbus Day with Indigenous Peoples Day, but the move has some Italian Americans outraged. They say eliminating the holiday is culturally insensitive. Still to come in your Suncoast News, Bono was in Argentina doing more than performing what he talked about with the country's president. Next.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC 7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
Let me introduce you to the ultimate Florida window. Do you feel safer with this or this? You'll be proud too.
Buy more, save more. Volume discounts on 4 or more windows.
If you have Medicare, I have 3 things you'll want to hear. There's an all-in-one Medicare Advantage plan from Humana. It includes Medicare Part D prescription drug coverage, and it may save you money in so many ways. It's all in this book, and it's yours free just for calling. You'll see all the ways the plan might save you money, even on prescription drugs. In fact, last year, Humana Medicare Advantage prescription drug plan members saved an estimated $6,500 on average on their prescription costs. And you get all this coverage with an affordable monthly plan premium, and in some areas, no plan premium. Even if you've looked at Humana before, you need to take another look at this plan. We'll send you the decision guide absolutely free, in a slightly smaller size, of course. Discover the all-in-one Medicare Advantage plan that could cut your costs and cover your prescriptions. Call 1-800-824-8241 or go to HumanaBigBook.com. The savings are too big to miss.
Do you have type 2 diabetes, which requires daily blood monitoring? If you have diabetes, are you on Medicare, Obamacare, or other health insurance? If you answered yes, you may be eligible for diabetic testing supplies at little to no out-of-pocket cost to you. Our accredited staff will handle all of your paperwork for free. And best of all, your diabetic testing supplies are shipped directly to your home for free. Call now to see if you qualify for a meter upgrade and a free pedometer to monitor your daily walking. Use alternate testing sites, a smaller blood sample, and even hear your results out loud. Will you qualify for diabetic testing supplies and an upgraded meter covered by Medicare, Obamacare, or health insurance at little to no out-of-pocket cost to you?
Find out for free by calling the Diabetes Resource Center at 1-800-394-1098. That's 1-800-394-1098, 1-800-394-1098.
Get the lowest prices of the year during the Ram Power Days event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Don't just settle for what's available at a smaller lot. Come shop the Suncoast's largest selection of Ram trucks. Get maximum cargo space and more comfort with a new Ram Quad Cab at rock bottom pricing. Or spread out in your spacious new Ram Crew Cab and save up to $10,000. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Keep up with the Suncoast. Watch your favorite ABC7 shows on your streaming device.
The wait is over for Star Wars fans, at least for the next trailer. The much anticipated trailer for the new movie in the franchise debuted last night. We still have to wait for the movie, though. Star Wars: The Last Jedi picks up where 2015 Star Wars: The Force Awakens left off. The new movie will hit theaters December 15th, and tickets went on sale for it last night. How about that? Argentina's president met with rock legend Bono from the band U2, Maurizio Macri, greeting the Irish rock star at the presidential palace in Buenos Aires. The two talked about poverty, education, and the case of missing Argentinian activist Santiago Maldonado. After the meeting, Bono went outside to meet with fans that were waiting there outside the presidential palace. U2 is currently on the Latin American leg of its 2017 tour, and it will play shows in Buenos Aires today and tomorrow.
Guy doesn't age.
I know.
How's that work?
But you know, I love that he's not just about the music. You know, he's about making this world a better place.
That is very true, and he always has been. I mean, he's really, really dedicated, motivated. You know, spiritually, I guess you could say. It's nice.
Thank you so much for being with us this afternoon. Have a great day. We'll see you again at 5 o'clock.